So hey guys, welcome to Sapa.
Hello there and welcome to today's video. I'm Amanda and my husband's name is Joseph. We are the Vagasols. Today we're going to do a little throwback story to the time that we were in Sapa, Vietnam. Now, this is our view from the hotel that we stayed in. It looks out of this world, right? It was. Sapa was one of the most beautiful sceneries we'd ever seen, as we expected. But beautiful scenery is not all that there is to Sapa. Most people come here ready to see the most outrageous views, hotels with 5-star ratings, and eat Vietnamese delicacies. Although there is a huge truth behind that, there is so much more that I'm not even sure that we were ready for. Our first day out, we rode our motorbike seeking picture-perfect scenery. Rice paddies for miles, mountains so high that they kiss the clouds, the most vibrant color greens. But not all adventures are easy ones. There are usually huge dirt piles and rock piles bigger than me, with so much construction as it is such a growing location. The streets are typically impossible to get through.
I might need you to get off over here too. If he doesn't get off.
Especially with no experience driving a motorbike.
Baby, just drive it. Just move it with yourself.
I know,
There are typically kids in the streets selling bracelets under the age of teenagers. Some as young as 7, 6, or even 5 years old that we've seen personally.
5.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
1.
Meet me right here.
They can sometimes be a bit rude and pushy, as seen.
Sapa?
Papa.
Up there?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name?
How?
How? Nice meeting you.
Wait, what's your name?
I.
Hi.
Yeah.
And you?
Home.
Home?
Brother
Yeah.
and sister?
Now this is something that I've seen and heard from a lot of people who visited Vietnam. But let's face it, wouldn't you be a bit cranky if you were a child who had to work in the sun all day, walking miles up and down mountains just to sell a bracelet for 20 US cents? So we're here to tell you our truest words and experience of what we took and saw away from Sapa. We didn't just want to go to the most tourist areas. We wanted to get a feel of how the actual locals lived. We drove through towns and homes, seeing a bunch of people, animals, and a bunch of youngsters riding motorbikes like these two little guys.
Joseph's over there taking pictures.
It wasn't out of the norm to see 3, 4, or even more people on one motorbike.
Whoa, that one's getting a little close.
We got to get up close and personal with huge animals, such as water buffaloes on the middle of rice paddies. And we've seen so many rice paddies, more in one day than our whole entire life.
Hurry! Huh? Yeah.
After a while of riding on our motorbikes, we came across a school with loads of kids around. We noticed that all these kids had brand new backpacks. They were given them by their schools, backpacks of all types, some for boys, some for girls. It was so cool to see because we realized that all these bags were donated to this school and given out to all these children. You can see their smiles filling up their cheeks. It was like no smiles I've ever seen before. Excited and screaming to each other, "Don't miss out on this backpack," as we can tell, although we didn't speak their language. We continued to drive alongside this mountain full of rice paddies and their workers. The amount of tourists decreased the higher we went into the mountains. It was there where we found a woman alongside a water buffalo. She was talking to him, guiding him on which direction to go. We were in disbelief that she was not scared at all because we were so frightened, as this animal looked twice our size together. She gave us a space to drive through, and we continued on the road. As we kept driving, it was there that we stumbled upon a group of young children. They didn't seem to have asked for money at first. There was one specific boy who was so fond of our camera. He continued looking at us, waving into the camera. He just wanted to smile and kept saying hello or waving. We weren't sure because he was speaking in Vietnamese, but he just seemed so happy to see people around. All the other kids were so shy, and we weren't surprised by that because not a lot of people come up here. We figured that they probably wanted money, and we wouldn't pass by without giving them a few dollars. Because after all, what does $1 do for us? It can change their meal for the whole day. So we wanted to catch a few pictures of these kids. These kids, although they looked fine in this video, or some might not notice, but they're very dirty. They're not cleaned properly. They look fairly sick. They don't have the proper shoes. They don't have very much water or food. And lastly, I didn't see any of these kids with the backpacks that were given out of that school. So I was scared that they didn't have enough money or too far in the mountains to even attend school. So we thought, let's hang out with them here a little. Let's try to take pictures. Let's see if we can bring a smile to them. This one little boy was so fond of our little GoPro. It seemed like he knew exactly what he was doing. I let him grab the camera and he just started talking into it. I really wish I understood what he was saying, but he just kept on going. And he kept smiling and telling the other kids and showing the other kids that he had the camera, and he was just walking around making these funny faces, laughing with me. While Joseph was taking pictures, he kept showing the kids to show them what they looked like, to show them what our pictures looked like and what we was doing over there. After a while, a few of the shyer kids got a little more comfortable. There were two little boys that were just being boys. They were playing, hopping on each other's back, laughing, all the things that regular little boys do. And it was so cute to watch, although it was so sad to understand what they were really going through. I honestly don't know how long we were there, but it was for a good minute. We lost track of time, just admiring these kids and how strong we thought they were, not knowing their exact struggles, but figuring that it couldn't have been easy living where they live in this 100% humidity, with no AC, no air conditioners, no fans, and probably no correct bathroom where they have healthy water or clean water, the thing that every person in this world deserves. Honestly, we were a little scared because one of the boys just randomly threw up, and we can tell that they didn't have a proper doctor. They didn't have weekly checkups or monthly checkups, so we were a bit scared that we would get sick, so we took precautions not to get too close. But can you blame me? Look at the smile on their faces. I admire them for being so strong at such a young age, because although not everybody's life is easy, most people have a decent living. So unfortunately, we were so sad. We didn't have any money really to give these kids. So we decided, let's give them anything that we could find that maybe they can't have or can't buy. So we both took off our glasses. We gave them to two kids because we only had 2 pairs. We gave them any little bit of money that we had.
Yeah.
This adorable little girl
Very
was
good.
so shy, but I can tell that she absolutely loved the glasses and probably never thought that she would ever get a
Like-
chance to buy them. So moral of this story is bring smile to people's faces. Give a little when you can. And try to help one another, because some people only have the world around them, which for some people is more than enough. But to someone who's gifted and lucky, it kills me to hear people complain when they go to Vietnam that they have to buy a coffee for $1.50 instead of 50 cents. Because I do understand that it should be cheaper, but they do have to make a living. And they do have to support their families. And they do have to survive. It really breaks my heart when privileged travelers are complaining that they have to pay $1 more when it's nothing compared. They're traveling as a luxury, and these people live here. So I hope you guys share this message, and I hope I spread a little positivity in your day. I hope that this video showed you that any struggles that you're going through, you can make it and you will make it. You just have to keep fighting and keep going. You adapt. We're humans and we're so much stronger than you think. So if you like this video, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and leave us a comment if you actually enjoyed it. Thank you.